name is Dr. Mathis Calvin. Mathis is spelled M-A-T-H-I-S, Calvin, C-A-L-V-I-N III. And I'm superintendent of schools here at Lockport City School District. Okay? All right. So I'm just going to go down and share, what happened today. Does that make sense? All right. So just a couple of things. Throughout the day, we've been providing some updates for the community around what happened today. And I'm going to have an update that goes out later on this afternoon. For those folks who are not aware, earlier today, there was an active shooter threat that was received by local police concerning Lockport High School. Once we received this information, the school was placed on lockdown and police were also dispatched to the school. Shortly thereafter, all of the rest of our schools and offices were also placed on lockout. After thoroughly investigating and working through this matter, authorities determined that the incident was a part of a series of swatting concerns that have been occurring throughout the state and actually across the entire nation today. Swatting involves a person who makes a online or a call-in threat to a series of places. To add to this, authorities, shortly thereafter receiving all the information, completed a check of the entire high school, and then they cleared the high school for us to be able to continue our normal functioning, basically. This allowed for the high school and all of our other schools and buildings to resume their normal functionings. While we understand that this matter did take some time to work through, we want our parents and our legal guardians to understand that it was necessary so that we could ensure the health and safety of all of our students and our staff as well. With that said, please also know that, at this time we're planning to reopen the high school and all the rest of our schools tomorrow as normal. Additional police and our security staff will also be on hand throughout tomorrow. This is a normal part of our daily protocol, but also part of our protocol whenever an incident such as this one occurs. I personally thank our local and state police, our entire security team, our today for all of their hard work and their efforts. They were not only patient, but very caring and supportive. Our partnership between local authorities, to be clear, is highly valued in ensuring the health and safety of all of our students and our staff. So with that said, that's what occurred today. And again, we would like to thank everybody for all of their efforts. Okay. Questions?
I heard that the call to the police was not made by as the active shooter, but as somebody in the building that was witnessing an active shooter. Can you comment on what the name?
No. So what we know right now is that there was a call to police, and then we were notified by an actual police officer that there was a concern that had been reported, basically.
I noticed on the school website mentioned a text message. Did someone receive a text message and then call the police?
That is no. My understanding is that the information, there was an actual call that was made to local police. We have an SRO who received notification of that, and that's where everything started to be put into place and active from there.
I see. So an SRO received a text message.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if it was a text message or a phone message, but he received information about this, and that's where things started to work from there, basically.
Okay. What do you make of these swatting situations that are being called in, and not just here, but in schools all across the region, all across the nation?
Right.
I mean, what we witnessed one day was just another unfortunate thing with a school shooting, but
right.
Just now that there's, I don't know if we want to call it retaliation or if there's, just other motives that these people have. I mean, what do you make of this whole situation?
I mean, it's very frustrating. I have to say, it creates panic, concern, and frustrations for our students, for our staff, for our parents, right? And it's very unfortunate. It's not something that we take lightly, but that we take very seriously. I would say, I am sure that I, like every other superintendent, would like to see these things stop, and those who are doing them held accountable for their actions, right? We certainly don't want to put our system, our students, our staff, our parents, our entire community into any panic mode, right? But I do have to say this, right? What this opportunity has done for us, though, is it's allowed us to really demonstrate that all the work that we're doing around health and safety, that it does work, right? Our staff immediately went into what they have practiced, what they have learned, and they demonstrated that their efforts, to keep kids safe, that it does work, right? We are going to continue to debrief and talk through these kinds of matters because, it's our hope that these things will stop, but if they occur again, our goal is to make sure that we're just as ready as we were today.
Did you just to clarify, did you go into a full lockdown, or was it a shelter in place? What kind of procedure?
So at the high school, we went into a full lockdown procedure, right? Our concern was that there may have been an active shooter, in the area, so we put the entire building into full-scale lockdown. Okay.
Can you share a little bit about the impact of this? I mean, thankfully it wasn't a real shooter event. This person just made a threat, but these threats are happening across the country, and I guess I'm wondering a little bit more about what financial impact does this have on the district? What impact does this have on the education, the students, and the emotional?
So I think our students to allow us, though, an opportunity to kind of prepared for incidents, not what we like to see, like a little nervous, scared about being in school, or panicking at all, right? And so it's the overall health and safety, the mental health and safety of our entire learning community is always jeopardized when such an event like this happens, right? That they are sound in our school, ensure their health and safety. Sure. Sure. So we certainly have a great deal of mental health supports. We have counselors. We have social workers who administrators on hand, help and support. All those supports are available. Anytime, we're here to help them with that.
They weren't notified quickly enough of what might be happening, and when they got to the school immediately after hearing from their kid that this happened, police were seen, and they just felt, they expressed to me that they were just get out of what seemed like a bad situation. That stressful moment was like, and
sure.
Anything
So
you learned from
I was at the school, right? I actually went out to the crowd. What was going on? We were working with as much information as we went out to the crowd multiple times because I'm a parent, and when you're in the middle of a situation such as this, a lot of right we possibly can, right? The majority of our parents that I spoke to, the work that we were doing, and we continue to email, by text, by robocall, as quickly as work that we were doing. It's a challenge to have much information as you can, as quickly as you can, while you're also investigating and working through those issues. Again, I think we did the very best that we could today. I think we worked very diligently to make sure we got information out there as quick as we could. And, can we do better? We always can do better. And so we'll situation, right? And that is, once the incident is done, we do a brief debrief with the entire team, and we try to figure out how we might continue to get better each and every time so that things continue to get better as we kind of move through incidences such as this one.
Have you gotten any further updates in terms of any from state police or anything like that in terms of other school districts like yours?
I have heard that there are a number of districts across the entire state who are experiencing the same thing today. I am aware of several districts in West Central New York even in the Rochester area, who are all dealing with the same swatting incident. In fact, while I there was another district not too far from here that was dealing with the same exact issue and was going through the same motions that we were going through. So this is occurring, like I said, across the state and across the entire nation, unfortunately.
I know you've been communicating with a lot of parents, but even amongst staff members in the district or even nearby superintendents, I mean, have you been in contact with them? Have they offered any sort of
They were writing me to tell me, hey, what do you need? And they were awesome, right? And so people were asking for feedback and what was it like and what was going on. So we were sharing information with each other. I think the superintendent's group is a very close-knit group, and when things like this go on, we try to help and support each other. So that was happening. We have done a debrief with our high school staff to share with them also and just to talk with them today. The principal and I met with the entire staff to just walk them through what occurred, what we knew, and that debriefing was done this afternoon as well. So we will continue to debrief wherever possible. We will also be sending out a notification this afternoon to all of our parents. I'll share a copy of that notification with you in just a couple of moments, just to provide additional updated information from today.
About how long were the students in the lockdown?
So I don't know the exact time, but I would say at least approximately about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, at least a minimum of that.
I heard that the students, that the window was allowed to speak of the principal saying lockdown, they immediately went into their drills. But then you yourself actually came on the intercom about an hour later, telling them that there was nothing to fear.
Yes,
Be checking
that is correct. That is correct. Yes, that happened.
Pretty funny tenure you've had here so far. First the fire and Emmett whatnot, and now a parent swatting incident at the high school.
I would say it's been a busy tenure, right? But this is the work that we do, right? And so we take each incident as an opportunity to continue to grow and learn. And I would say that, here's what I know. We've got a wonderful staff, a great community. And, with every incident, they have just risen to the occasion and have just done a fantastic job. So I have to say that while we have faced some challenges right out the gate, our staff have made it very doable in terms of working through those issues, and they've done a great job. And so it's a pleasure to serve and to support and to be a part of the system, and we're moving forward, very much so. Okay.
Now, there was rumors that some kids were running out of the building.
We had kids, children, when we went to leave the building. Children were, they were security, and they were placed into a secure location. And the incident.
I know that on the scanner we also heard that there were some children that needed medical attention. I know you probably can't comment on specifics, but
Right.
Would it have been like children having panic attacks, or were children trying to?
Follow the scanners, so I'm not aware of that. That has not been shared with me at this particular time. That we have no injuries, nothing such of that.